This might be one of the smallest skate parks in the Chicagoland area. The skate park is located in the Glen Ellen, Wheaton area, and I'll tell you the location towards the end of this video. But this park is 24/7 open. They have a bunch of ledges, they have some rails, some ramps. So I'm gonna talk about those things, give you my opinion on the park, and I'll give it a rating at the end. First off, they have this middle piece right here. This middle piece is nice. It does lack a little bit of run up in the front of the park. You really don't need that much run up. They have this down rail right here that's great. It's nice for learning, for getting like maybe your first board slide on a down rail. Attached to that is this box that is kind of the centerpiece of the park. I really like the coping on it, except for the fact of how rounded off it is. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to learn something, maybe like a Smith, or it makes it a little bit harder to lock into a crook. But it's great for learning like no slides, tail slides. One downside about this middle piece is that the ramp going up to it is kind of more towards the right side. So depending on which stance you are, it can make it a little bit more challenging to hit the down rail. Right next to it, they have this butter bench material ledge. For people that are just starting out, not the best, but as you get more experience in skating, it turns out to be a good ledge. And I really like the butter bench material. It's nice because you can actually drop my phone. It's nice because you can actually lock your board into it, so you can actually board slide it, and it's wide enough for that. And the nice part about it is, if you want to hit that, then you can hit the box on the other side of this big box that I'm about to talk about. So in the corner of the park, they have this ledge that's about the height of two boards stacked on top of each other. It has a curved side to it and it has a straight side of it. Now the straight side of it is the part I'm talking about where you can hit from the one ledge and go over to that ledge. The curved part of it is kind of hard to hit. I've been skating for probably about a little over 10 years. It's still hard for me to hit, but I know a lot of people that have been skating for that long that can hit that ledge. And it depends on how you want to wax it. It's the same coping. It's got that rounded off coping, which I can go back and forth on. Now, if we come back around, if you look behind me, there's this Hubba right here, which is great for an out ledge and to skate it and drop off this ledge right here. But on the other side of it, it's like a ledge that's like hip height. I've only seen one person hit this before. Usually people skate it from being on this half of the ledge. And that way you can hit it and drop off. Behind those is these two rails. There's one rail that's like a regular flat bar height that's really nice for just practicing your flat bar tricks. Really doesn't matter what park you're at for this. This is great for practicing for rails at any park or just any spot. It's just a little bit above ankle height and it's great for people of all levels. Now behind it, this can be considered a rail or a ledge depending on how you want to look at it. This thing is pretty tall, but it's probably about knee height, maybe a little bit below that. And sometimes that slides, sometimes it doesn't at all. I prefer not to skate that when I'm at this park, just because I like practicing the lower stuff here. One other quick thing about this park, it's all covered in snow right now, but on the far side of it, they have a whole basketball court. That's awesome for practicing your flat ground tricks. I've played games of skate over there with my friends just to warm up, or I've done flat ground tricks to warm up. So that's one of my favorite parts about this park and why I'll just come here on a random day. It's also really quiet. No one really ever comes here, so you can kind of have this place to yourself really at any point in the day. It's not the popular park to come to. Let's give it a rating and I'll tell you what this park's called. This park is called Four Corners Park. I'll put the address for it right here. I rate this park a 5 out of 10. Just because it's not my favorite park in the world, but I also don't really hate it because there's stuff I can skate here. So it's just one you can kind of come to whenever. And that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. Hit that subscribe button. Recommend some skate parks for me to go to and give a rating and talk about a little bit. I'm going to start this little series on my channel where I go around talking about skate parks in the Chicagoland area and hopefully in other places too as it begins to warm up and as I can travel more. So that said, talk to you guys later. All right, bye.